In this brief training video, I want to go over the settings tab with you. So you'll find that right up here in the top of the admin. When you click on that, what you're going to get is a light box that pops over your main admin screen. And here's where you can come in and change your admin username and your password or the system email. Again, this will be the email address for your password recovery and your email daily callback reminders that are going to go out to your callers. Okay, this will be the from address that's going to be sent to them. Next is the server time offset for the reports. MyVirtualCaller gives you really nice reports to see how your telemarketers are doing for you. Now, the thing is, it is set to the server time. Currently it's 6:30 here on the West Coast, and my server is set to the West Coast. So if you have the ability to set your server time, go ahead. You will find that typically in the WHM panel of your server, okay? And that's where you can change that. But if you can't change that, what you can do is do an offset. And I got a little example here that I'm going to bring in. And here's the example. Let's say the server is located on the West Coast and it's currently noontime. And you are located on the East Coast and it's currently 3 o'clock. So what do you want to do? You want to set the offset to +3 to reflect your local time. Now, if this was flipped, okay, and let's say the server was on the East Coast and I was on the West Coast, then this would be a -3, okay? So you would just come in here and move this to, in this scenario that I just come up, is +3, okay? That's what you would do. The next thing here is the daily reminder URL. For most of you who are using cPanel, all you'll have to do is copy this and create a cron job, which I will show you how to do that in the next video. You're simply just going to grab that URL, copy it, and do a cron job. And it's pretty straightforward, and it should work right out of the box. Now, if you have a problem with this, what you want to do is contact your hosting company, and they'll give you the path that you have to use the URL, okay? But this should work pretty much for all of you who are using cPanel hosting. Next, these are your default APIs for Pipedrive website key, and I'll talk to you about that in the next couple of videos. Pipedrive deal title, and I'll tell you what that is when we do a video on Pipedrive. Your default MailChimp key, all right, you'll put that there. Now, one very important thing, if you do not have an API key in here or in the caller's interface, what's going to happen is that the buttons on the caller's dashboard will not show up, okay? They'll be disabled. So they won't show up and they won't confuse your callers, okay? So if you don't use Pipedrive or if you don't use MailChimp, don't worry, your callers won't see buttons for those services. And then finally down at the bottom, this is where your licensing email address is. Again, MyVirtualCaller can only be licensed down to one domain, all right? And if you want to move it, all you have to do is click on the uninstall, and then you can reinstall back into the new domain that you want to do that. So once you make any changes, all you have to do is hit submit, and it will be saved and your settings are saved, okay? So that's pretty much the settings tab in a nutshell. So in the next video, I want to walk you through how to set up your cron job. So I'll see you in the next video.